everybody. Thank you for coming back here on part 3 of how to grow your own chestnut orchard. Selecting which type of tree to pick, seedlings, actual cultivars, or actually planting seeds. If you've been following so far, you've seen why I chose chestnuts to grow. And in our second part, we talked about some varieties, but not all of them, just to brush them and give kind of some different examples of ones you could choose. So this episode, we're going to choose our tree type, seedling, a cultivar, or from seed. And there's different benefits to each. Cultivars give you exact replicas of the seeds that you're wanting to grow. The downside of those is those are grafted trees in most cases, and those trees, the grafts, do not do well in cold varieties. There have been multiple examples given by very well-established growers, including Mr. Greg Miller at Empire Chestnuts, talking about how there's sudden graft failure, and you may think your tree is doing great through 4 or 5 years, even 7 or 8 years, and suddenly inexplicably dies, even though the graft looked like it was doing okay. And so you put all this time into a tree and then it dies. The benefit of that is you get exactly what you want, at least for a while, and you can use those seeds or you can use those blossoms and make exact crosses with a known cultivar. And if you have another cultivar, you can make exact crosses of those. The benefit of seedlings is that you can get those from a lot of places, and those seedling trees often are more hardy, especially in cold environments in the Northeast, where this, that's where I live, in the Northeast. So even though this is kind of for everybody wanting to grow in the US or elsewhere, it's going to be skewed towards the Northeast US. And you need cold hardiness where we're at. And so to get different of those, you're going to ultimately end up with seedling trees coming from known mother parents maybe, but you don't know the pollinator. So it's going to be a little bit of a crapshoot. So you may end up doing some grafting later, or you may just have to accept that some of your trees are not going to be actually orchard worthy, and have to whack them down after some period of time, and you've spent a lot of time growing that tree and it never produces. That would be disappointing. And finally, we can talk about growing seeds on your own. That can be your most economical option. They're cheap. You can grow a lot of them pretty quickly. You lose a couple years based off of if you buy a cultivar seedling or a seedling variety, you lose a couple years there before you get production. But you can start them from a seed in the ground. It's never having to change ground, reestablish roots, or anything like that. So there's benefits to that. So with a brief discussion of that, let's jump into a couple places that you can buy these different types of seeds. Route 9 Cooperative has now absorbed Empire Chestnut Company, which you have heard me speak about in my previous videos. They have multiple bare root and seedling varieties as well as seed chestnuts. And you can see here the multiple varieties that you have available. I'm growing many of these in my own orchard, and they are coming along very well, and we had our first harvest in our 4th year of existence. Redfern Farm is out of Iowa. They seem to have a good product, and Mr. Tom Wall speaks at many different things describing how you can grow a chestnut orchard profitably. Has several different varieties. When you look through, some of the seedling varieties will be sold out, but many are available. And current seed nuts, as you see at many places, are currently not available until next fall. Next up, we have Burnt Ridge Nursery. I don't have any personal experience with them, but they sell grafted, layered, and seedling varieties, and they have a wide selection of some European and Japanese varieties. Forest Keeling Nursery in Missouri comes very highly recommended. I've yet to purchase anything from them, but they have grafted cultivars that reportedly do very well. Again, you have some of the tenant risk with a grafted variety, so If you want a true to form tree, this would be a great place to get them. Just be aware that the cold could potentially injure them. I have heard positive things about Fadler Farm, Missouri chestnuts. I have not purchased any from them, and it appears that they only sell seed chestnuts on their website. Twisted Tree Nursery is in New York. They grow very cold hardy varieties of chestnuts. They sell the varieties that you see there. Multiple varieties. Another company that seems very interesting to me is this Washington Chestnut Company. They sell seedling and grafted cultivars. You can look here, it looks like they have very good cultivars to choose from. Some of these may struggle on the East Coast, but some may do very well. Next up, we have a Canadian nursery. They sell seedling and grafted cultivars. They cannot sell in the United States of America due to USDA and Agriculture Canada restrictions. However, if you're in Canada and want to purchase some cold hardy chestnuts, they have some proven varieties, and I've heard great things about this nursery. Chestnut Hill Nursery sells Dunstan chestnuts. These are a hybrid Chinese American. I have purchased a few of these. They have done well. They seem to be expressing more Chinese characteristics than American. If you've been following my videos, you know that I say the words Chestnut Ridge of Pike County all the time. I have grown seeds from there for the past 4 years, and I've had great success. So far, we're just now picking the first few chestnuts, so hopefully they will continue to produce well, and I expect that they will. Again, they only sell seeds. I buy the XL size for eating, and they grow great. So I'm in my 4th year of orchard growth and heading into my 5th. What am I growing? So far, I've chosen seedling varieties from known mother trees, and I've grown seeds from Chestnut Ridge of Pike County, and I picked up a group of chestnuts, a group of 20 trees that I purchased from a conservation society from Pennsylvania. They sold some pure Chinese unnamed seedlings. That's what I've chosen so far. I have no grafted varieties at this time, although I'm looking to grow a couple of those this year just to get some pure parent trees. So we'll see how that goes. That'll be part of the experiment that I'm doing with how to grow my own chestnut orchard. If you want to grow from seed, I have multiple videos that review just that topic. It's not the only way, but it is a way that has worked very successfully for me. So if you want to go to those videos, look in the show notes or click the card above and you can follow to those videos. And these were planted 1 month and 4 days ago on March 6th. And they are coming along beautifully. A little leggy because, like I said, I just use regular fluorescent regular lights, not grow lights. So they get a little leggy, but they look healthy overall. And then once I get them out in the sun, they do just fine. And I put them in grow tubes, so they get a little leggy anyway. But they will grow into them as they're protected mostly from the wind in those grow tubes. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that little bit of a review of some different choices you can make for your orchard and looking at the different places that offer them. I want to make it clear, I'm not reimbursed by any of these places that I've recommended. However, if any of you guys belong to those places and want to send me money, I can give you my address. So thanks for sticking with us here on part 3. Part 4 will be coming up soon. It'll be talking about how to lay out your orchard, what are the different options there, and then planning for your tree protection. You need to protect these seedlings until they can get up and get beyond certain pests, and then beyond that there are additional pests that you have to consider. So thank you very much for following along with me. Thank you for clicking subscribe and liking my channel. If you do that, it allows us to get this information out to more people, and we can share this information together. So thanks again for following me here at Lake Erie Chestnuts, how to grow your own chestnut orchard. We'll see you with part 4 soon. Chestnuts, be sure to like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. You see the green screen. I'm not an expert as if you